welcome back to the vlog. If you don't know me, my name is Sharelle. I am an artist, illustrator and drinker of tea, except I'm lying today because I've actually got coffee because I've already finished my tea. Today's Tuesday. I'm in the office. I need to get some sticker sheets done today for the February goodie box, which I am super excited about. It's like this close to being ready. But what I really want to do today is get the sticker sheet made up for it. And I think I've got one more item that I need to make up. And I want to get some photographs done. Honestly, it's not a great day for it because it's really dark outside. But I want to get some pictures done so I can send out an email to my list so that they don't end up missing the deadline to sign up for the February goodie box. So that is my plan for today. I'm going to start with some sticker sheets and then hopefully we'll be able to get some pictures. I don't think the weather is going to brighten up today, so I'm going to have to get some lamps and stuff in here to take a half decent picture because the weather outside is frightful. Okay, pals, the sticker sheets are done. They came out really cute. I've got like the entire chocolate box sat here and it all looks adorable. These are the sticker sheets and I think they came out really sweet. I've got one more item that I need to put together for this box because the main thing that you're getting in this one is the washi tape, which looks like this. Very cute. But I need to put one more item in this box. I'm thinking I'm going to do a magnetic bookmark for it. But I need to draw some stuff for that. So I'm going to do that a bit later on this afternoon. I need to nip out to the shops just now. Probably by the time I've done that, it'll be lunchtime. So I will probably meet you back here after lunch and we can start drawing for the magnetic bookmark. Okay, pals, I have managed to make a few little magnetic bookmarks. I didn't make as many as I'd hoped I would because, quite honestly, I messed up quite a few of them. So I've got these cute little slug magnetic bookmarks, and they will also go in the chocolate goodie box, which means I can finally now take the photograph, which was the entire thing I wanted to do today, but it's taken me this long to get to that point because I had to actually finish off the box first. So I now have the sticker sheets as well, and the little slug bookmark. I can just pin him on here for now. Little slug bookmark, and then you also get die cut sticker and the washi tape as well in the chocolate box. So I now need to take a photograph of all of this stuff together so that I can send out that email, which has been my top priority so far this week. And I know it's only Tuesday, but I feel like it shouldn't maybe have taken me this long just to basically send an email, but it is what it is. So let's take that picture. Morning, pals. Welcome back to another day in the studio. Today is Wednesday, so when I left you yesterday, I had just finished getting everything together for the February goodie box, which is the chocolate goodie box. I am so excited to finally get it finished. It feels like it took a really long time, even though it probably didn't. It's just, I felt like the last couple of weeks have been a bit weird because I've just not had a lot of motivation, even though I've kind of had stuff to do. And since I switched the goodie boxes to a subscription basis, it does free up a lot of time for me, which is kind of the idea, because I didn't want to have to be doing essentially a product launch every month. That is a lot of energy and a lot of time and planning, and just a lot goes into a product launch. So having to do that every single month was just kind of wiping me out a little bit. So the idea was we move the goodie box to a subscription basis so I don't have to do a launch every single month. And it worked. It freed up a lot of time, but I kind of felt really lost because I kind of was like, oh, I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to be doing now. So I think it's going to take me a little while to get used to that, and it's not a bad thing at all, because if I free up a bit more time, it gives me more time to create new products, think about what I'm going to be putting in shop updates, and just time to work on other projects. So I am so glad I've done it this way. It's just, it feels a little bit strange because it's new, but you know, it's fine. I will get used to it and it will become the new normal. Just at the minute it feels a little bit weird, but it's done. The February goodie box is finalised and ready, so that is the one thing that I really needed to do this week. By the time you're seeing this video, if you are not a Patreon subscriber, you will have missed the February goodie box. I'm so sorry, pals. I feel like I talk about it often enough, so I'm really sorry if you didn't get a chance to get the February goodie box. If there are any left over, they will be coming in shop update, which I'm hoping to do at the end of March. But if you've missed a goodie box and you really don't want that to happen again, join the goodie box subscription, and then you know that goodie boxes are always going to be available for you and you're not going to miss out. So the links for all of that are in the description. Today is, what day is it? Wednesday, and I have to do a bunch of restocking in the shop today. I've got a bunch of stuff out of stock on Etsy, and I've got a bunch of stuff out of stock on my website, and I really need to restock some of that stuff. So that is what I'm going to be doing today. I've got a couple of orders to do first, so I think I'll get the orders done first, and then I can work on restocking everything that needs to be restocked. I did make a list for myself of everything that I need to make more of. So that is all kind of planned out already, although I'm sure I probably haven't planned it out that well, but I've got an idea of what I need to be doing and I'm just gonna get on and do it. But first, Etsy orders. Okay, pals, I have restocked those sticker sheets and I've realised that most of my restocking is not actually physically restocking. What it is that I need to do is to go into Etsy and rework some of my SEO, because I always set my Etsy listings to expire after, I think it's like 4 months or something. So you can either set your listings to auto renew or not, basically. And I always set them to not, what's it called? Manual renew. Because I want to know if it's been 4 months and I've not sold a single one of that product, because it just tells me that something's not working. Either the product is rubbish or the way that I'm marketing it on Etsy with my SEO, which is search engine optimization, is not working. So if I set stuff to manual renew, it means it will expire and not be available on Etsy anymore. But I can then go into my list of expired listings and just see, like, what have I got here? What do I think I can do to change it? And essentially get it found on Etsy more easily. So that is actually a lot of the restocking that I thought I had to do today. I've got a fair few listings that just need tweaking. So it is now 11:20-ish. I'll be honest with you, pals, I am incredibly tired today for no apparent reason. I think I've been like marginally unwell for a few days. Not unwell enough to be like, oh god, I'm sick, but unwell enough to be like, I just don't quite feel right for some reason. Like, I'm really tired. I've been getting like a cough at nighttime. Not that it's keeping me awake, it's just, it only seems to happen in the evening, and then the rest of the day I'll be fine. But yeah, I wonder if I'm just like marginally unwell, because I do not have a lot of energy, which seems to have been a theme for several weeks now, that I either don't have the... No, before I had enough energy, I just didn't have any motivation. Now I just don't have any energy. I've got loads of things that I want to do. Like the last, I don't know, over the last few days, I've had like several ideas sparking off in my brain, and I've kind of reached a point where, this might sound odd, but I've reached like a realization in my brain of like what it is I kind of want to do or like need to be doing. I probably will do a whole video on this, because actually this realization has felt pretty huge. I think I spent a lot of time thinking that I need to be a certain way or do things in a certain way to be successful. And yeah, this realization it's just made me realize that my idea of success is maybe not everybody's idea of success, and that's okay. And I need to make sure I'm working towards my idea of success, not somebody else's idea of success. And equally, I've also come to a realization that I do not need to put myself in such a box as I do. And I guess I'm always trying to like define myself as one thing. And then I try and make decisions based on the one thing that I am. I don't know if this is even going to make sense until I watch this back, but like, bear with me. So often I feel like I'm pigeonholing myself because I think that's what we're kind of told that you need to do to be successful. Like, if you want to run a successful business, you have to be known for this one thing. And while I agree with that sentiment, I do agree with that sentiment. Like, if you were to run a shop selling flowers and then randomly you decided to also sell washing machines, like, that would not make sense and that would be odd. And if you were known for selling flowers, you probably wouldn't sell many washing machines because people are not coming to a flower shop for washing machines. Do you get what I'm saying? But I do feel like with art, that's a little bit different. And I think I really want to lean into the artist in me. And I struggled with this word for such a long time. And I think I fell upon it like last year or the year before, because I tried to define myself as like, what am I? I see myself as a creative, but that's not a job. Like, so what am I? What do I do? And I decided that actually, like, the red thread, if you know about the concept of the red thread, it's basically the thread that like holds all the pieces of your life together, and it's the one constant throughout your entire life. So if you were to stitch your entire life together, the red thread would be the thing holding it all together. And for me, the red thread is creativity. Like, in everything I do, that is the thing that comes out. Like, if I am cooking, it's a creative venture for me. Like, decorating my house is a creative venture. It's not a functional venture. It's a like, how can we expand on the rules of design, and like, how can we be more creative with that? Even simple things like everything I just want to do creatively. Like, there is no bone in my body that is like, let's not do that in a creative way. So that is my definition of myself. I am creative. I am endlessly creative, and that is the constant in my life. So I kind of realized at some point that actually calling myself an artist is kind of a good fit for that, because that kind of is what I do. But I've always been afraid to like lean into that too much, because I don't really know what that looks like. I don't really know what that looks like in a professional capacity. But if I can call myself an illustrator, then I know what that looks like. I draw things, and I can draw things for other people and get paid for that. And that is how illustrators make their money. And I think more and more, I am not really an illustrator. I am an artist, and I can allow more of that to come in. For example, there are certain products and things that I've shied away from doing because they are not illustrator products. So there are like handmade products that I would love to do that I don't really know how that looks for me as an illustrator. That's not an illustrator thing to sell. That would be an art thing to sell. And I'm like, why am I shying away from that so much? I don't know. But I'm like massively inspired at the minute by Tammy from Uncomfy. I'm watching a lot of her vlogs. I'm watching another one called, I think it's Gazoo Studio, and I don't know who the person is behind the camera on that. But that's another one. I'm like very inspired by clay artists at the minute. I'm watching people paint, and I'm like, maybe I could paint something. But again, this is where my brain goes, you can't paint something. That's not an illustrator's job. Which, again, that's silly, because actually some illustrators do paint. I've just like pigeonholed myself into this book. Anyway, this was a ramble that I said I wasn't going to go into, but I've gone into. But the whole point of the ramble was that I'm actually feeling quite motivated and like I've got more ideas than I did have a couple of weeks ago, but currently I lack the energy to execute any of those ideas. And that has nothing to do with the task at hand today, because what I'm actually supposed to be doing right now is working on my Etsy SEO. So I've just rambled on for 10 minutes for no apparent reason. But hey, maybe you needed that information, maybe you wanted that information. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this little tangent. I am going to go back to working. I might go and do it from the sofa because I feel sleepy. Maybe I can just get cozy and work from the couch because I'm tired. Right, pals, I am back in here after being on the sofa for a little while. It's really cold in here. I do have a little heater in here and I've decided to put it on a timer because it's an electric heater and it's really flipping expensive to run, and me and Lewis keep forgetting to turn it off when we come out of here. But I've put it on a timer for like a few hours in the day and then a few hours in the evening, and it's been off for about 40 minutes at this point, and it's really cold in here, so I might have to put it back on again. I have reworked the SEO that I wanted to have a look at today, so that's all done. I just need to start planning for the next shop update. I've got some ideas in mind already, but I really am struggling to like finalize what I want to put into the update or figure out exactly what I want to put in there. I've got a few ideas for like some stickers and stuff. I'm not sure that it's going to be a huge shop update, quite honestly. But yeah, I'm just trying to like follow the ideas that are coming to me and not put too much pressure on myself to just create loads of stuff. Because that's what I've done before. I've put loads of pressure on myself to be like, well, if I'm going to create a key ring, I need to have a key ring of every single design that I do. And it's just not the case, because quite honestly, some of the products that I've bought in have not sold that well. So I really want to focus on creating really, really good quality stuff rather than thinking that I just have to have loads of stuff. So I really want to do like quality over quantity at this point. And actually I'm okay with that, doing like smaller batches of things. There are some products you just can't get in small batches. Things like washi tapes and stuff, it just doesn't make sense to buy only a few of those. So if I'm going to do a washi tape design, I want to make sure it's a really, really good washi tape design so that I don't feel like I'm going to be stuck with a lot of stock. And honestly, I don't think there's like I've ever produced a bad product, and if it has been bad, I just haven't listed it. I do think I've fallen into a bit of a trap sometimes of just feeling like more is more, and actually I think less could be more, and not to do like necessarily less work, but to do things in a more considered way, I guess is what I'm saying. So my word for the year is longevity, and I really want to like follow that through with my products as well. So part of that is probably going to be looking at the kinds of materials they're made of and what does that mean in kind of like an eco-conscious kind of way. But part of it's also going to be like not just creating stuff for the sake of needing to create something. Like, let's create something that is going to have some substance to it that people are going to come back and use time and time again, not just something that is kind of a throwaway item. And like I say, like I don't think that I've really put out any products that are bad in that way, but I do think it could be something that I'm more conscious of when I'm doing a shop update and creating stuff. So yeah, that's where my brain is with that at the moment. So really I just need to sit down and like brainstorm some stuff and just come up with some ideas and figure out what is going to be in the next shop update, I guess. Okay pals, I have run through actually quite a few ideas here, and I've tried to like categorize everything into like whether or not it's a manufactured item that needs to be ordered like ASAP, or whether it's a printed item that I can do in-house that doesn't need to be done quite so immediately. And then there's going to be some in-betweeny items because I want to do a bit more handmade or like hand-assembled stuff. So for one of the items that I want to do is a bookmark, but it's going to require me to like order part of it in and then do some hand assembly for the other part of it. So I've kind of got three categories here of like manufactured items that are going to take a while to come in because they just take a while to come in. I've got handmade items, which are things that I'm going to do myself, but they're going to take me a little bit longer to do. And then I've got printed items, which are also items that I do myself, or at least I design myself, and they either get printed by me or by an outsourced printer. But those items are relatively quick to turn around. Like I could turn those around in the space of a few days. Whereas the handmade items, I want to allow myself a week possibly to get those done. And then manufactured items need up to 6 weeks to get done. So if I'm hoping to do a shop update at the end of March, I need to be getting these manufactured items designed and ordered ASAP. Thus far, there are only actually 4, but I don't have the designs for any of them. I have the ideas for all of them, but not the designs for any of them. So those things are things that I need to be getting on with as soon as I can, but my brain is not inspired at this point in the day, so I am probably gonna call it here for this one, pals. I feel like I've been fairly productive in a kind of really chill way today, so hopefully that came through. But I hope you've enjoyed this one. I hope this has been kind of a little bit of an insight into what my day-to-day can sometimes look like. It doesn't always look like creating new products and being all shiny and like, look at this new thing. Some days are actually quite mundane. So we did print some stickers. We have done some admin type stuff, and it's been pretty chill. So if you have any questions on how I'm running things here, or if there's anything you want to know, leave a comment below and I will see you next time.